Jimoh Rasheed from Computer Science Department, I can navigate all other portals. And that's what we call an integrated portal system. We have automated at least 70-80% of our processes. Before administration and operation, we have the web services, we have the portal services, we have the electronic learning and assessment unit, we have the training unit, we have the IT officer coordinating unit, we have the hardware and software installation, repair and maintenance unit, and we have the network operation unit, we have the mail services and help desk unit, and so on and so forth. It's a pleasure to be on Unilorin TV, and this innovation is the baby of the Vice Chancellor, the current administration of the University of Ilorin. So how it happened, I think he mentioned it, which I'll just allude to it. There's this great event we organized in the university, and we invited media outfits to come and cover the event. It's about flag off of the Unilorin Inspire, which I happen to be the chairman of the implementation committee. I'm sure you are aware of this program. The University of Ilorin is so willing to make our students to have what we call 21st century skills and knowledge beyond the core academic curricula. And that's what led to the Unilorin Inspire program, the U-Inspire. So I think Abib was one of the invited media person, and with his private online TV outfit. And that was where the discussion started. I said, if you are doing this alone and you are an alumnus of the University of Ilorin, come as consultants to come and also do this for us. Today, the rest is history. The most important of this is that where we are. And this is not our destination. And we believe if we are here within that short period of time, I believe getting to our destination will not be it. And you can see, achieving this goes along with the passion of the Vice Chancellor. So passionate about this. And he's passionate about digitally transforming this university. You can see University of Ilorin is an household name. So it's not a university that should take a key behind any university in Nigeria. And that determines the vision of this administration. The University of Ilorin should be the first in Nigeria, among the top 10 in Africa, among the top 500 in the world. All this, I think, serves as motivation for this digital transformation and innovation that is coming from this administration, which, by virtue of my role as the director of the ICT unit, pivotal to some of these changes, because that's the only way we can go. If you want to compete globally, we must be able to do what our peers do globally. So global competitive advantage, we have some requirements, some prerequisites, and part of the prerequisite is what we are fulfilling as a university. So,
Computing is regarded as the engine room of the University of Ilorin. So what has been the success? What is the success story of Computing?
Thank you. Computing engine room, let's call it strategic unit of the university. Why it's so strategic is that when you talk of university in the 21st century, a university must be ICT driven. And to be able to deliver the required 21st century knowledge, which is collaborative, self-learning pedagogy that will allow learners to be a lifelong learner and to be transformative and to be able to fit into the 21st century job demands, so to say. So, and that is why your approach or your technique towards planning, deployment, integration, usage, and maintenance of ICT and digital infrastructure will determine the pace at which you go in terms of navigating the 21st century university education.
What are the challenges Computing has faced so far?
Well, a lot of challenges. Part of the challenges is that you must have a sustainable structure to drive in this transformative initiative. What I mean by you don't build technology and ignoring people. the people will be the one that will destroy the technology. So what part of the sustainability is that ICT unit of the university, do we even have the kind of framework to support this innovative idea? I would say no. So, and that is where when I get to ComSit, the first thing I did is to restructure ComSit. Okay? Restructure ComSit to be able to serve the university in a more sustainable and globally competitive manner. So that led to the birth of 12 units of ComSit. Administration and operation, we have the web services, we have the portal services, we have the electronic learning and assessment unit, we have the training unit, we have the IT officer coordinating unit, we have the hardware and software installation, repair and maintenance unit, and we have the network operation unit, we have the mail services and help desk unit, and so on and so forth. So the 12 units, looking at the cardinal point of the university, will be able to serve this university, because you don't talk, everything should not revolve around the director of ComSit. The units, the cumulative result from these various units will point to the efficiency of the director. And you won't be able to make good use of human being if the direction and projection in terms of their job expectation, what they need to do, how do you, the KPI to really measure their performance are not. I must tell you that just yesterday, myself and the 12 deputy directors, we went on a retreat as far as Oshun, a 3-day retreat, to formulate a blueprint for the operation of ComSit to really sustain this innovation that the university is. So every head of units now, we have a working blueprint. You know what you are supposed to do. There's KPI to measure the performance of the staff in that unit. So day-to-day running of that unit is well established. It's going to be, as soon as it's approved, it's going to be a book for the entire university, because stakeholders also need to be aware of this, so that when you have problem that is ICT related, you know the specific person and personnel that you will contact. So these are the behind the scene activities in the university, and we have done a lot in terms of transformation. If you notice you are a student of University of Unilorin, you will notice that you are on a new portal. This portal is integrated, enterprise, and scalable. Scalable in the sense of that when over 40,000 undergraduate students are doing something, do you see that it will go, because it's elastic, it's scalable. So it depends on, and it's enterprise because someone you can filter to get certain decision to support your decision making, to get certain knowledge as HOD, as level advisor. So it's enterprise and it's integrated. All university portals are housed in a particular domain, so that as a lecturer, if I'm teaching on Unilorin Business School, or I'm teaching in Institute of Education, and I'm a professor of computer science, I don't need to log into university portal unlike before. All about 12 or 13 portals of University of Unilorin is housed in a single place. So when I log in as Jimoh Rasheed from computer science department, I can navigate all other portals, and that's what we call an integrated portal system. Is part of what we have done, and you see that in terms of automation, we have automated at least 70-80% of our processes. Before, when students fail and they want to change to department, they will take a form, they will have to queue, go to that department, go to the faculty, they will sign out, they will queue at every places. And you see, since last year, that is gone. So students who are not in good standing, we are talking of intra-university transfer, fully automated end-to-end. Until application payment, everything, you don't even see those who is approving for you. So because that is to save the student the stress. Many other processes, let's say suspension of study and all that, we have also automated the results. You know, the last year graduating student, any result that is not uploaded, student will not graduate, and it's automatically generated. The list of registered students, everything, all the processing. For the recent graduate, their transcript within 2 minutes. Have you heard of that? Within 2 minutes of application now, the transcript is ready. So we are in the process of getting the old records on that same platform so that the issue of applying for transfer and you wait for days is gone. And we are doing all this because the administration is also committed, so passionate, a serious-minded vice chancellor that really want to change this story of University of Unilorin for good. This is among very few other things that we have done at the University of Unilorin. I was coming from the AI training for students. University of Unilorin recently has also sponsored 500 students for a full pack AI training. So, and you know what it means, because we want this technological diversion, some of you to also be part of the, what do you call it, the sustainability, okay, in terms of interns, in terms of workers. So if you are a Yoruba, people will say, so we looked at what we are doing today, we will be the one to sustain it tomorrow. And you see, and that is why we are doing aggressive capacity building and training. And you look at University of Unilorin website, there is no subdomain before this administration came in. So we have subdomains now, and those subdomains we are developing them. We are also developing capacity within COMSI to be able to sustain all this innovation. I think those are the few ones I can remember, because we are not where we want to be. So it will not afford me an opportunity to list all, because it's still work in progress. But we believe before the end of this year, we'll say, even if I leave COMSIT, I have achieved my goal of being the director of COMSIT. And once again, I still want to give everything back to the Vice Chancellor for the trust and the confidence in me, because by virtue of record, I'm the first professor of computer science to be on the seat. And I think for that choice of ease in appointing me the director of COMSI, because this has been the long dream of mine to change the narration of ICT ecosystem of University of Unilorin, because you cannot transform a university except through the information and communication technology. So I'm sorry for taking your time. You can go on and on, but I believe there will be a room for a more comprehensive interview where everything will be documented. I can list most of these milestones we have achieved so far, but it's just few of them. Yeah, I can see a new COMSIT. All my deputy directors, I said, we went on retreat. We are developing a new COMSIT whereby even if a director is not on seat, COMSIT will work. And that is my next deal. And I'm pursuing this with all seriousness. You know what you do. Every unit has a role. Okay? The director, all the results from these various units will amount to the achievement of the director. If that is the case, the moment you build capacity, you support this unit, definitely, irrespective of who is the director of COMSIT, the COMSIT will work and will be able to support all and sustain all this innovation. So we're also building capacity of the IT officer. We had a training last week, 1 week training, to develop their capacity in the area of website design and updates, to be able to support the new website. So selected members will also have hands-on, okay, access and further training tomorrow, another a day training, and we believe that they will be able to support what we are doing and get on to where we are going, because we are not there. And the batches and I receive from the Vice Chancellor on a daily basis, I want to thank Allah for where I get the shock absorber, because the job is continuous and is always there. So when you think you are finishing, you are just starting. But we thank God for keeping us going. And when you see what you have achieved, it's a kind of motivation. So once again, I want to give everything to the Vice Chancellor, because no matter the idea you have as a director of ICT, if the VC is not inclined, there's always a limit to which you can go. And that's why I say I don't see any of this as my own achievement, but rather the achievement of the Vice Chancellor, who is so passionate, who is so visionary, and who always think on how to move this university to where it's supposed to be. Thank you.
Sir, what are your advice to the Unilorin TV team?
Okay, my advice to you is that please, when you're talking of, I'm looking at online television for the university, because what we intend is to be able to make this relatively visible and to make people to see the wonders we are doing in this university. Somebody wins a grant, a groundbreaking grant, okay, we are telling the whole world, okay. We have some scholars, our students wear some scholarships, some prizes. Who is telling the whole world? Okay, this TV station is also one of them. So our researcher also won grant and all this. Who is communicating this? The VC is awarded. Who is communicating it? University produce new professor. You see in the public domain, information that will tell the world about the positive things that is happening in University of Ilorin. So in terms of content, so I'm doing this. Our space is digital space. So we should not be looking at the conventional television station, because the goal is to promote university visibility. So in that space, I think there must be expected synergy between the television team and the university ICT unit to really prescribe necessary digital infrastructure that will make you to achieve this goal. And I want to believe that with the kind of expertise we have in the committee, I believe the TV station will be a competitive one and will be able to achieve what we desire in no distant time. So students are also willing, so that's a good story. And I believe when you can build capacity among these young talented individuals to support this initiative as well.
So what are your advice to staffs and students of University of Ilorin in embracing technology?
Thank you so much. We're just coming from the meeting with the deans, the partners on artificial intelligence. The CEO of Tech Mindset from Kenya is here in the auditorium. I think Habib saw us together, and deans of faculty interacted with him. It was a very educative and impactful discussions. And from what I heard from the deans, provost and committee of deans, I think we have identified ourselves as critical stakeholders in moving to the next. So ICT adoption is a matter of must. If competitive advantage is of importance to you, it's only when you want to be crawling when the whole world is moving at a very fast pace, and that means you don't target competitive advantage. You just want to be where you are. So that's the only excuse for you not to embrace ICT. But change is constant, and people will be resistant to changes. We also need to accommodate those who are a bit resistant, who are a bit resistant. Some people, it's not as if they are resistant, they also have a kind of phobia. And so we need to come to their head, educate them, and give them some level of assurance that it's going to be more of benefit than harm. I think that's also a responsibility for the expert to also give them some level of assurance that it's not going to be harmful. Because it's not that some people want to use it, but they're just afraid that I am entering into a world I don't know anything about. Things like that.